fucking Monday, dude. Monday. Oh, Monday. Monday. Who the fuck is Bruce? Who's Bruce? Who's Bruce? Oh my god. Who the hell's Bruce? We gotta fix the buttons, and everybody better hit like. You fucking better hit like, goddammit. I'm even wearing pants today. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, buttons pushing. Oh my god. Do I even have the right thing up? Oh my god, it's the thing. Oh my god. Don't hit the like button. Hit the opposite of the like button. Hit the other button. Hit the dislike button. Get hot on it. Where's the music? Okay, well, fuck it. There we go. Where's the button? Does somebody know where the button is? Ah, I pushed the button. I didn't even know I pushed the button. Oh, what's up, sucker butts? What's up, fools? How you doing? It's Monday. It's a Monday in November. It's fully a Monday in November, I gotta tell you. For those of you who've never experienced a November before, November's a crazy month. It's a ridiculous month. You think you know what the weather's going to be? You think the weather's going to be this way? It ain't going to be. It ain't going to be that way. It's going to change. Get ready. The weather going to change. You think it's going to be clear? It ain't going to be clear. It's going to be raining and windy sideways. You know what I'm saying? November a little crazy. So, we had a little late-ish start today to the stream. We running around dealing with the chaos of November. November. It'd be chaotic in November. That's just how it be. That's how it do be. And one of the reasons for that is that we We currently have 3 foster dogs now and 2 regular dogs now. 2 normal dogs, 3 foster dogs. We currently have 5 dogs in this house. Is 5 dogs too many dogs? I don't know. I don't know if 5 dogs is too many dogs. It feels like too many dogs. It feels like too many dogs. But the way that things go with dogs is like, well, how do you decide that you're gonna like? How do you decide you're gonna get rid of one? You know what I mean? How are you gonna decide that? How are you gonna decide like, oh, we're gonna just get rid of one of these dogs, right? You can't. You can't just be getting rid of one of these dogs, because that dog's a good dog. That's a good dog. That's a good girl. That's a good boy, right? So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully some of these foster dogs get adopted to a permanent home. That would be good. Or we're going to just have 5 dogs forever. Now, my stance on the situation here, much to the chagrin of the person who keeps bringing in the foster dogs, is that I'm like, well, I guess we just have 5 dogs now. And they're like, no, we don't have 5 dogs. I'm like, in this economy? Right. So we currently have 5 dogs. That's what's up. So, those of you that were wondering, I have to... Do I have the picture? I don't have the picture on this computer, but the dog that we picked up this weekend was quite a few miles away. We had to drive over the mountains and back. It was a very long distance to go pick up the dog. The dog's name is Burger. He's definitely, so far he has been, they're like, oh, that's Mr. Chips 2. That's Mr. Chips 2 Electric Boogaloo. He looks a lot like Mr. Chips, and he acts weird like Mr. Chips, and he has medical problems like Mr. Chips. So we got all those things going with the newest foster dog, otherwise known as Burger. Probably going to be Mr. Burger on most occasions, I think, you know, when you got to be formal. It's always good to get a Mister in there, because you convey the formality, as it were. We got to address the elephant in the room here. We have gifted Witchy Cat has gifted 5 memberships to Mark, Bruce, Dominic, Genevieve, and Mox. You are the 5 new members now. So let's see what it is that you could do with yourself if you could go ahead and get on with being a member already, okay? If you guys could just get on with it. If you could get on with being a member. I'm wearing one of my work shirts today, and damn if these pockets aren't, like, crinkled up and they look weird on the monitor over there. And I'm like, what is going on? And I realized, like, these pockets are to high hell. Which reminds me, I wanted to see if Dickies still makes these shirts, because I used to have 6 of these black Dickies button-up shirts, but they have the snaps, not the regular buttons. And I'm down to 2. I only have 2 left that are actually wearable, and these aren't in good shape either. So I'm wondering if I need to do I need to switch, because I don't think Dickies makes these anymore. Let's find out. Let's take a look. Pant streams are the best. Pant streams, or pant minus, or minus pant streams, because I put my pants on today. Anybody want to verify? If anybody want to verify that my pants are on? You want to verify if my pants are on or off? Let's see. Does Dickies even make this shirt anymore? I can't find it. Those have regular buttons. Boom, 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 boop, 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 boop. Previously owned on eBay. Nope. I'm not wearing previously owned work shirts. Some dude's been sweating in there, bro. You know? Sweaty boys. I guess I don't think they make these shirts anymore. Yeah, that sucks. Mark, thank you, Witchy Cat. The links all go to get you in here. Yeah, it's true. The lengths you will go are just never ending. By gifting memberships. We need lots more gifted memberships so I can just start making YouTube content instead of running around trying to fix people's broken shit. Recently I had somebody commenting. I had a kind of a back and forth with somebody who's been following the channel for a long time, and they were like, "Hey, why no new videos in the year?" You know, and I was like, you know, and I kind of sat down and kind of broke down the reasoning behind it, and it has a lot less to do with my desire to make content. Like I definitely want to make content. I think one of the bigger problems is that I need to start making content on a different YouTube channel or something, because this channel became like all about aquariums, right? Like this channel became all about aquascaping and keeping fish tanks and doing all that stuff. And the problem is that the fish tank community, whatever that may be considered at this point, is filled with lots of good people and lots of bad people, to be honest with you. There's definitely a mix. There's definitely not a, oh yeah, this is cut and dry, mostly a good community. Like some communities are. Some communities are just like 90-10, you know, 90% good people, 10% bad people. And then you're like, well, sometimes the 10% makes a lot of noise or whatever. And I think the reality is that the fish tank community on the internet it's 50-50. It's 50 bad, 50 good, right? As far as the percentages go. And that is like beholden itself into a environment where, like, I either really want to make like a high quality video about aquariums, which, truth be told, ends up into a workflow of working on something for a week, having to buy materials for it, you know, recording a bunch of stuff, making a script, figuring out what the video is going to be about, shooting the video, being in the video, doing the project for the video, buying all the materials for the project and the video. And, you know, I basically had to break it down that it's like, look, I have to work for a week and then end up, you know, essentially paying for the pleasure of working, right? It's like I end up minus $500 at the end of the week, right? So, like, I desperately want to make content, but I also don't want to end up being homeless because I'm fucking around making fish tank videos. One of the realities of making content on the internet it's turned into, you make content on the internet so you can sell people stuff. You can sell people just bullshit products that 99 times out of 100 are just manufactured overseas, right? Mr. Sardine says, you're on the bad side, judging people as you do, you pretentious prick. It's unfortunate that you're of that opinion, but whatever. It is what it is. And the reality is that, like, I don't want to be a homeless guy. Like, I want to just be able to pay my bills and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that through reselling bullshit that was made overseas, right? By essentially slaves. There's no other way to describe it, right? Somebody that works in a warehouse 15 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then they have one day off in the week so that they can clean the warehouse, right? This is not actually a manufacturing day, and then so that they can get a holiday once a year, where basically the whole country shuts down for 3 weeks in January. Oh my God, we have a caller. Is this a caller?
No, I'm a listener.
Are you calling to tell me? Are you calling to tell me that I'm a pretentious prick? It's
I'm trying to tell you that I'm impressed that he could spell pretentious.
It's spell check. He's obviously on a computer, right, of some sort.
Hopefully.
Well, it underlines the word when you spell it wrong.
In theory, I mean, sometimes it does. It doesn't in my chat, but it does on my phone.
It doesn't in your cat. In your cat? What?
Chat, no. Or
in cat. Your chat. It does in my chat.
Your chat's special, or?
It does in my CHAT.
Chat.
Oh, see, I typed chat wrong. CHAT. Actually, I had to think about doing it wrong, and then it gives me the red line under it, and then I click on the word chat. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. See, it doesn't.
I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised that people don't understand basic grammar and shit. That's ultimately the funnier thing. Mm-hmm. But realistically, most people are frantically chatting into the chat box, back and forth bullshit. And the problem is that, as we found out this week, is that Elon Musk, if you guys don't know this, on the Twitter platform that he purchased with slave labor money, right? He posted. So what exact day was it? Added locations. Twitter added locations for profiles, adding specific to add transparency. And guess what has happened? Guess what has happened in the last week when they added
70%.
When they added locations on Twitter? You suddenly found out that 90% of the people that supposedly support MAGA on fucking Twitter are absolute fucking paid bots from other countries, right? What's that? Are you just shouting now? I don't know how to respond to that. I am
shouting bot into the ether.
Oh, hey, just remember, you got to speak clearly into the microphone, caller, anonymous caller.
Okay. Bot.
Bot. Which is super funny. It's super funny because I've been talking about this. How long have I been talking about this this witchy? Fucking 5 years now?
The last 3 years, 4 years, maybe
at least the last 3 years. I've been talking to people about how you are most likely having a conversation with somebody on whatever social media platform you're on, whether it be Twitter or Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? You're probably going back and forth with a fucking bot. And if you're a dipshit that is watching stuff like Newsmax, Charlie Kirk, fucking Ben Shapiro, all of these fucking useless toolbox pieces of shit on fucking YouTube and whatnot, and then you go down to the comments and go, oh, look, there's all these people that agree with me. It is either one, a paid actor, another fucking slave laborer overseas who is typing into people's chats, or two, a automated bot that is posting into people's chats. And I've been noticing this for fucking years now, that people will watch a video and their formulation of verifying whether it be true or false is by clicking open the fucking comments and looking at the comments, reading easily fucking posted script, right? That, oh, look, there's people in the comments that agree with me, right? Look, there's people in the comments that agree with me. The unverified fucking little blurb of words that is, at least for the last 20 years now, been super easy for a computer to self-generate, going all the way back to Clippy in fucking Windows, right?
Right.
Clippy used to self-generate fucking text. If you don't remember that, Clippy used to pop up and say things like, "Oh, it looks like your printer's broken" or whatever, right?
Right.
And you're like, "The fuck is this?" By the way, Clippy works off of the exact same fucking model that ChatGPT and everything works on. It's just all they did was have a big database of language that it would recall from. And by the way, I even talked about this a couple weeks ago when what's that? I can never remember that kid's name. Michael. He's a young kid that does Michael Reeves. Michael Reeves actually does a bunch of he's like maybe 21 now, 22, 23, something like that. He started on YouTube when he was like 13 or 14, just making his own crazy science shit, right? He like made a robot. Hold on, let me go look at look at his YouTube channel.
Hey, Vsauce. Michael here.
Okay, hold on. Michael Reeves. There we go. We can go to his website. We can go to his I almost said website. We can go to his YouTube channel. If we go back in the day, the content that he used to make, which is still kind of similar. He made a subscriber robot 8 years ago. He made a DIY laser turret that would shoot things 8 years ago. C+ beginner tutorial if statements and user input. He made how to beat a robot. Where's his favorite one? He made a robot. Oh yeah, he made a taser machine that would tase him for whenever he swore. It would recognize a swear word and then tase him. He made a robot that shoots energy drink at you when you get tired. There's one of them. There's like a. He made one that was like a robot. It was like a Roomba that would swear at you. I don't know where it went, but it was basically a Roomba that would call you a cunt whenever it ran into something. Oh, there it is. The Roomba that screams when it bumps into stuff. Yeah, 6 years ago. He made a gas-powered fishing pole.
Why?
He let a Twitter bot, 6 years ago, he let a Twitter bot decorate his room and order 100 Amazon items to decorate his room. Anyhow, basically, well, how long ago was this? 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? He was fucking with ChatGPT, and the reality is that if you go and look into the code and you look at the structure of ChatGPT, you start to realize, like, wait a minute, it's Clippy on fucking steroids. And you're like, okay, let's just go ahead and invest $10 trillion into that real quick. You know, that's a good idea. Clippy 2, Electric Boogaloo. This time, it's not Mr. Chips, it's Burger. Let's invest $10 trillion into that. Andikin said, I tried to watch Charlie Kirk, but I couldn't find any new content. I believe he's broadcasting under Erica Kirk now. I don't know how that whole situation worked out, but he's wearing I think he's either wearing a wig or he grew his hair out. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of stage makeup involved. I will say that. A lot of eyeliner.
And J.D. Vance keeps attacking him.
Groping, yes.
Yes.
Although we did notice over the last weekend, J.D. Vance's wife has stopped wearing her engagement ring. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I did. And suddenly, supposedly, she seems freer. Whatever that means in her world.
I don't even know. Look, this is so funny. Because she's like, Usha Vance is out here doing a speech in public, and as you can see, right here, no longer wearing a wedding ring for some reason. And she was out there with Melania Trump, so you would think a little awkward, you know, the two first ladies out there doing a public presentation, not wearing her wedding ring, which is odd, you know. Now, personally, this is something I probably would have never noticed because, frankly, I just don't care if people wear rings on their fingers or not. But these people are supposedly deeply religious, and it's supposed to be important to them, which is weird. Which is weird because they're like I said just a second ago, they're supposedly religious. They're not religious. They're taking advantage. They're taking advantage because they're goddamn fucking con men. What's the female version of a, how do you say?
Con woman?
There's a name for it. It's like it's like a turgeon or something, right?
Like a sturgeon. I don't know. Definitely grifter. I don't know about.
I got grifter, swindler, scam artist, con woman. I just use con man because I don't care about gender when it comes to people conning, you know.
People off.
Yeah, when people are hustling and running a grift and stealing money and shit and fraudulently taking money from people.
Yeah. It's pretty shitty.
I would say that like 90% of the time I don't care about gender, right? And this I would include into the 90%. I don't care if you're a con man or woman. I don't give a fuck. You're a piece of shit. Go to jail. She's Hindu and he's a so-called Christian. Yeah, but you're also the first lady, or what's the first lady of the vice president called? I mean, you're the first lady, right? First vice lady?
It would be the second lady, I think.
What's the wife of the vice president called? Usha Vance. That's what it's called. Second lady. Okay, that's what it is. She's the second lady. It's not like she's not on the job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you know, if I showed up to my shift at Applebee's being a server, right? First off, I need to have enough flair, okay? Otherwise I'm meeting with the manager.
Very important.
I need at least 23 points of flair or I'm meeting with the manager. Secondly, I need to have my name badge and my book. Hey, welcome to the show. We have another caller. It's some hot foxy lady with flip-flops on. What's up, you stone fox? What do you want to do?
I need to ask you something.
Do you want me to come with you? Shit, I gotta go. Vicky says I gotta go.
I have a convergent of stuff going on. I might need you to come with me. I'm not sure.
What's
Tell
going
me.
on? I was just kidding, but yeah. What's up?
I need to pick up Olivia from school.
I'll mute you. I'll mute you. You ready? Okay. All right, we're back.
Welcome back.
Mr. Sardine says, instead of aquariums, stick to your demonic morals. Make your channel about letting men into girls' locker rooms. You leftists are so gross. What a useless piece of shit. You're the one that makes this stuff up. Do you understand that? Like, Mr. Sardine is the guy sitting around thinking about people letting men into women's locker rooms, into girls' locker rooms. Right? There are no leftists that are saying, let's let men into women's locker rooms. That doesn't exist. Give me a citation of what politician, I don't know, broadcaster, person of prominence that has any of that on his agenda, right? And before you say fucking Waltz from Minnesota, is it Minnesota or Michigan? Where's Tim Waltz from? Minnesota. We already went over that on stream because you guys were like, "Oh, they put tampons in the boys' bathrooms so that in case the boys have menstruation." In fact, if you go back and look at the goddamn records from the school board meetings, the school board was saying, we have traveling games, right? They have traveling sports teams that come to their schools, right? Now, do you think they have two different girls' bathrooms? Right? Do you think that they have two different girls' locker rooms so that the visitor girls can use the other girls' locker room? And by the way, if that is the case, who the fuck is paying for that? Because I sure as shit wouldn't want my tax dollars going to doubling up on girls' fucking locker rooms in every high school, middle school, in the district. I wouldn't sign up for that, right? So when the visiting sports teams come to the fucking school to play sports, which are so sacrosanct, right? Like brought to us by Jesus. Oh, field hockey was brought to us by Jesus Christ himself, right? Where are the girls going to be at? What locker room are they going to be in?
The girls one.
Yeah, the home team, yes.
Oh, right.
The visiting team is going to be in the boys' facility. So if you have high school girls coming to your school to play volleyball, basketball, field hockey, softball, whatever the fuck, other sports that I'm not going to sit here and name off every goddamn sport that's ever existed, right? They come to visit to play a fucking volleyball match against your daughters or whatever, whoever's in the school that you're at, which, by the way, I don't know why you would be at someone else's high school. That's why I say your daughters, right? I would wager at least $10 that Mr. Sardine probably travels around to go see all the high school girls volleyball games. But regardless, there's nowhere to place that bet, so it's just sort of hyperbole, right? But when they come, and as high school girls do, they happen to have menstruation sort of out of the blue for whatever reason. I personally do not understand how in the year 2025 women have not figured out 4 weeks. I don't know how they haven't figured that out, but they don't, and they haven't for whatever reason. And they need to have tampons or maxi pads in those facilities. Or those kids, by the way, high school kids, the high school children, are probably going to have to go interact with some stranger to go talk about their fucking menstruation, right? And in my experience, in my life experience, right, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids definitely don't want to go have an interaction with a stranger about their menstruation, okay? I might be wrong. Maybe I've only been exposed to the 1% of the population that doesn't want their menstruation to be exposed to strangers. And maybe it's 99% of the population is desperately wanting to spread the news to every single person that they've never met in their entire life that they're having their 6th period of their life, right? To go find something so that they could play in their volleyball game or their softball game or whatever, right? So the school board, because they're educated and not retarded fucking MAGA freaks just guzzling fucking Trump's cum every day, right? Are like, hey, how do we preemptively solve this problem? And they go, hey, put tampons or maxi pad dispensers in the bathroom. Very small amount of money goes into installing those. A tiny bit of money goes into stocking them. And it safeguards kids from having to deal with an absolutely insane situation of finding a stranger at a high school to get them a tampon or a maxi pad or something. And by the way, it's not like menstruation is just without problems, right? I believe you can get sepsis from an infection. Every time you menstruate, that is a danger that women have, right? Girls have, right? Toxic shock, all sorts of other problems that come along with, like, you know, hey, let's not teach our kids about what their fucking body is going to do, right? Let's not teach them about any of the biology or any of that stuff. Let's not teach them anything. Let's teach our kids abstinence and silence. Let's teach them that, because Jesus is going to save them. I know that there's an imaginary Santa Claus man flying. There's a bearded man flying around in the sky who's, don't worry, he's going to take care of it later. Not now. Not now. He's going to take care of it 86 years from now, while intelligent people that work on the fucking school board have safeguarded your life, right? Through science, through research and discovery, and making fucking sane, moderate decisions about stuff, right? But you're going to sit around and fucking listen to Newsmax and whatever fucking One America News nonsensical bullshit. You got Jack Posobiec asking questions in the White House now, right? A known grifter, an absolute known grifter, who, by the way, just got fucking owned by Mom Donnie when he was trying to ask him questions in the White House. Meanwhile, your little Lord of the Dance, Donald Trump, is sitting there like, oh, Mom Donnie, you're the best. Oh, my God, Mom Donnie's great. Oh, yeah, he's so good. Oh, Mom Donnie, he's great. I love him. Oh, he's gonna make New York great. And then we'll immediately turn around, and I guarantee you within the week we'll start posting threats on his social media, because he's that much of an absolute bitch. He can't do it to somebody's face, right? How many of you little Mr. Sardine freaks sit around in your mom's basement typing out shit, telling people, right? Talking about how everyone else is a snowflake, everyone else is a keyboard warrior. By the way, your fucking super strongman president is a keyboard warrior himself.
3 a.m.
He's never been in a fight. He was in WWE. Fake wrestling. He was in fake wrestling. And then is a keyboard warrior at 3 o'clock in the morning while he's fucking taking McDonald's diarrhea shits. He's just in there burping into a fucking gold toilet in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm just making shit up.
Meanwhile, fucking the worms are eating his brain.
Popeye.
What's that?
I said he sounds a lot like Popeye. Anyway.
It's my caricature. I sound a lot like Popeye because I eats me spinach. Because I eats me spinach. Isn't that how Popeye talks? Oi! I eats me spinach, bloke! Right? That's Popeye, right? I think. Trump doesn't sleep very much because he's on a shitload of meth. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, lol, the left. How about our shitbag president that brags about going in juvenile female dressing rooms? That's right. Yeah, he's on record bragging about how one of the reasons that he bought the Miss America, was it Miss Teen America or was it Miss America or was it both?
It was Miss Universe and Miss Teen.
Yeah, Miss
America.
Teen USA, right?
USA, there it is, yes. USA. And then got on Stern and bragged about being able to go in and look at them.
Look at them naked while they're changing. They just let you because I'm the owner, right? I own it. They just let me go in there. Which, by the way, I've never seen a leftist dress up their kid for a fucking beauty pageant.
Yeah.
Right? The beauty pageants are distinctly like evangelical freak shows, right? Which, by the way, The Boys actually did a great job highlighting that. If you actually, if you watch The Boys at all, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you owned Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA.
Yeah.
He initially co-owned the pageants with NBC Universal from 2002 to 2015 when NBC and Univision dropped the pageants following his controversial comments about Mexican immigrants during his presidential campaign launch. You remember that?
No, they're sending their rapists and their murderers. Boy.
He went all he went what's his name? He went what? Bill Cosby. He went Bill Cosby.
Wow. Mr. Sardine. What the fuck?
No wonder your two choices, or you seem very knowledgeable about teenagers' menstrual cycles. Yeah, because I'm a fucking human that reads books, you dim-witted fucking fucktard. No wonder the two choices you have for your future life is either warehouse cleaning or talk about aquariums on YouTube. Well, first off, I don't do warehouse cleaning. So I don't even know where that came from.
A new job when I wasn't looking.
No, actually, no. I've built some warehouses, but no, I've never done warehouse cleaning or talk about aquariums on YouTube. Let's go check out your channel. Let's go check out Mr. Sardine's channel. Is it any good?
It seems like you should be able to do both of those.
No, he just has a Steve Zissou stolen avatar. That's all. No content.
What a guy.
No content, man. Why isn't there any content? This user doesn't have any good content. Oh, that's a bummer. I was hoping they'd have some good content. We could check it out, and we would learn. We would learn either one of two things. We would learn one of two things: how to clean a warehouse, or to talk about aquariums on YouTube. Biology ain't priority for many. They just rely on others to produce their food. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Mark says, my niece is 7. I'm not ready for the future. Yeah. I mean, my daughter's 7. I'm not ready for the future. But actually, one of the weird things is that the bots are starting to learn to actually do Skynet. So that's interesting. That's going to be interesting because there won't be a savior. That's kind of the interesting thing about the Terminator theory, right? There won't be a John Connor. Like, that won't be a thing. You know, which will be interesting. Although I do look forward to the drone strikes. That's the thing that's going to be weird. Like, if you've watched any of the drone warfare footage, which I do not recommend, other than if you want to understand what your future is going to look like, that's what it's going to look like. We were going to wager on Mr. Sardine hanging around high schools, but there actually is a betting market for whether or not where the first drone attack is going to come from. You could bet on that if you want. But currently, one of our U.S. ships is actually holding Russian naphtha off of the coast of Venezuela. U.S. ship. We'll just look that up real quick.
I saw an interesting article out of UK about shooting drones out of the sky and how much cheaper it was.
Pass it on.
I will. Hold on a second. $13 a shot. So.
$13 a shot for what?
The lasers to shoot the drones out of the sky. It was only $13 rather than the astronomical.
The lasers.
Yes, the lasers.
Lasers? We're gonna get ourselves a
Did
laser.
I say something funny?
Yeah, actually. So if you guys want to, U.S. Russian tanker makes a run for it as a U.S. destroyer blocks path to Venezuela. Which, by the way, this is fully an act of war right here. Just so you guys understand that, like, we're utilizing our warships to stop commerce. A Russian oil tanker made a U-turn on the way to Venezuela after a U.S. warship intersected its route near the country's coast, according to Bloomberg tanker tracking. What? Oh, we lost our caller. Caller has disappeared. Maybe she got drone striked. Drone struck? Drone striked. Because it could be like hanged, right? I'm not sure. The warship's intentions. Oh, is our caller back?
Yes, sorry about that.
Our caller's back. I was trying to figure out if you got drone striked or drone struck.
Stop talking about me and the drones.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, is it like hanged, right? Because
I think, yeah, I don't know. That's a
right, because like if someone gets hung, that's not right. You know, if someone is hanged, now you're like, oh, now I know what you're talking about. Because if you say someone is hung, that just means they got a fat dick, right?
Yes, I suppose that's true.
That's why there's a differentiation there. Otherwise, people are like, wait, who's hung? Who's got the fat hog?
Who's well hung, baby?
Who's got the big old wang? Ding dang.
Wang.
Ding dang, a wing wang. The Russian vessel known as the Seahorse was en route to Venezuela to deliver a fuel cargo on November 13th when the U.S. destroyer, the USS Stockade, positioned itself in its path. The Russian vessel changed course, heading towards Cuba, and the warship sailed near Venezuelan territorial waters towards Puerto Rico. The Seahorse has since tried to approach Venezuela twice, but turned back both times and remain idling in the Caribbean. The warship's intentions with regard to the Russian vessel are unclear, and a spokesperson for the U.S. Southern Command declined to comment on the ship's movements. The USS Stockade arrived in the Caribbean in late September, along with a dozen other warships to support President Donald Trump's declared anti-narcotics operation in the region. The Seahorse, meanwhile, is under sanctions from the UK and the European Union and is one of 4 Russian vessels that delivers a diluent called naphtha to sanctioned Venezuela. Despite its abundant oil reserves, the barrels Venezuela produces are sludgy and sulfurous, meaning it needs lighter oil products known as dilutants, that's the naphtha, to help supplies flow through the pipelines. Venezuela relies heavily on imported naphtha because the limited amounts it produced are used to make gasoline for the fuel-starved nation. This incident represents another increment in the squeeze that the U.S. is putting on the Maduro regime, said Mark Cancian? I don't know how to say this dipshit's name, a senior defense advisor with the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington. A reduction in oil exports would severely hurt the regime because oil is virtually its only export. The tanker had discharged a cargo in late October, traveled to Cuba, and was heading back toward Venezuela when the U.S. ship showed up in its path. Its movements since then have been unusual. As Russian fuel vessels typically don't make U-turns or idle in the well-trodden trading route between Cuba and Venezuela. The White House, a Kremlin spokesperson, and Venezuela's information ministry didn't immediately respond to requests for comment late on Thursday. While Venezuela was able to receive naphtha shipments from Chevron during the Biden administration, Trump's renewed maximum pressure policy on Nicolas Maduro has halted these imports. Venezuela now relies on Russia for deliveries. President Trump first imposed oil sanctions on Venezuela in early 2019 during his first term. Oh yeah, and this article right here with the shipping lanes, Russia ships nearly 3 million tons of liquid natural gas to Asia via the emerging Arctic shortcut.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because climate change isn't happening, right? It's not
Right.
happening.
No, not at all.
It's not happening,
Oh.
even though there's a whole new Arctic fucking shipping lane now.
I sent that article to Livestream
What article?
about the
Oh,
UK's
about how to shoot down drones. Let's check it out.
Dragonfire.
We'll go check it out with the Dragonfire. So the bigger thing with this is that yeah, there we go. I had to keep my ad blocker on, dude. We can't be reading no fucking ads, brother. There is some ads filtered through though, by the way. UK Royal Navy to equip MBDA's drone frying lasers by 2027. But this will be outpaced. That's the point. I remember reading about this not that long ago, and everyone said, "Well, it's already outpaced. Like this whole this technology is already they're way past it." The drones are, by the way, is my point.
Okay. Yep, I get you.
Well, see, the thing is that like with a system like this, so yeah, this Dragonfire system. I remember reading about this a while back. Not this article, but I remember reading about the Dragonfire system. I didn't know that it was $10 to shoot it, or no, sorry, £10. Although I guess
13 an hour, $13.
oh god, is the euro that much stronger now? We're devaluing the U.S.
Pounded,
dollar.
yes.
U.S. versus euro. $1 US is 0.887 euro. Oh yeah, we don't get to have the luxury of going to Europe anymore now.
Nope.
God damn, look at that. We were up there. We were up. We were even. We were even Steven with the euro there for a while.
For a minute.
For a hot minute. Sorry, I'm just looking at the euro versus the dollar. The more the dollar devalues, the worse this country will be. And the plan is to the Trump administration and Project 2025 is to completely devalue the dollar. That's their whole point.
Take it on down.
Mm-hmm.
So the fake gold in the White House looks tempting.
yeah. All that fucking fake gold littering the walls, the floors, the toilets. Although there is that one toilet now that actually is gold.
Ooh, wow.
Have you seen this one? It's going to be for auction.
Ugh, Jesus, of course it is.
It's an artist that made it. You remember the guy who taped the banana to the wall?
Right.
And so he made one. He made a solid gold toilet, and they put it on display as it's an art piece.
You need to find that guy's patron.
No, you could go take a shit in it. It was functional.
Well, no, I know, but
no, they hooked it up.
Gold.
They hooked it up in the museum, and you could go in there and fucking drop a deuce in the gold toilet.
As part of a
live
action art piece.
People couldn't watch you or anything. It's not like they were viewing you on camera or anything.
Right.
But you could go use the toilet as a what do you call it? A commentary on capitalism, right?
There you go.
I mean, it's a commentary on the opulence of fucking American greed, essentially, right? And they made it out of gold, and then someone stole that one. Someone broke in and stole that one, I believe.
Okay.
When was the gold toilet stolen? Yeah, it was stolen from the Blenheim Palace in England in September 2019. He made another one that's going to be auctioned off, similar to the banana taped to the wall. So like Sotheby's or whoever is going to
a gold skibbity toilet. Ugh.
Oh, they already sold it. They sold it a couple days ago. Okay.
All right.
Oh, they revealed the buyer. Ripley's, believe it or not, bought it. They bought it for $12 million.
Ouch. Where does
I
one
don't know how much
install?
gold. I don't know how much gold it is. It's made of more than 13 pounds of gold. 120 what? 15 first 13. What the fuck measurement is that? 115 s what?
I don't know.
These fucking articles, man. Like nobody even like proofreads this shit. The artwork achieved the second highest price for a Catalan piece at auction. His sculpture of a kneeling Hitler sold for 17 million. I don't even know. I don't know what that measurement is, but it's 101 kilograms of gold.
Okay.
Of gold value. Okay, so it was valued at $10 million worth of gold. So he made it like a few years ago, however many years ago. The value mentioned is for the raw material. If gold is a part of a piece of a jewelry, fucking whatever. So if he made it a couple of years ago, and now the gold price is 133,000 a kilogram, which is pretty. That's the highest it's ever been. So let's see, gold value over time. Where's the market? So let's see. So if he made it, yeah, if he made it 2 years ago, here we go. 1,700 an ounce. Where's the actual? No, just give me the gold market. This is fucking stupid. Market price. Yeah, it's currently at 4,100 an ounce. Is the spot price right now? Where is the chart? Here's the
chart. Here's the chart, my friend.
Is this the chart?
Hey, we found the charts, everybody. We want the 5-year. We want the 5-year chart. There we go. Yeah, see. Yeah, see. We'll be swimming in it. See.
Yeah. So if you made it 2 years ago, he used about 5 million worth of gold. Yeah, there we go. If you made it a year ago, it was like 6 million. Nope. Yeah, so if you made it before January 2024, then it's about 5 million worth of gold. Whereas now it's worth 10 million. So Ripley's, believe it or not, basically paid 2 million for that toilet. Because you still have the 10 million in value of gold.
In the gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I know it's like astronomical or whatever, but I mean, I'm kind of behind it because I get in my mind, I get the reason for the art itself.
Right.
Like
right.
I get the commentary behind it. I also got the commentary behind the banana on the wall. I mean, it made sense. It made sense because it was like the commentary there is that like these people are paying imaginary amounts of money for imaginary value, right? Because that was the commentary at the time. The commentary at the time was rich people are buying art and they're selling art to each other to this imaginary valuation, right?
Right.
And it's in order to just launder money. It's just another form of
right.
absolute corruption, you know. And so like the banana taped to the wall was a commentary on that.
Yep. It was, yeah. Very good.
13 stone? That would be wild. Actually, yeah, maybe it is 15 stone. I don't know. It's 101 kilograms. So what is that, like 101 kg to lbs? Is 222. 222 pounds of gold. That's a lot of gold. That's fucking shitload of gold.
Yeah.
And by the way, a 220-pound toilet is ridiculous. I install and remove toilets probably 5 times a year. And if one of them was 222 pounds, I'd get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This is going to be, as we all know, an upcharge. This is going to be an upcharge. A big upcharge, too. You're fucking
To say
200.
nothing of the fact that it's going to have to go in the basement because it's going to crash through on the other floor.
It would be in the basement. If I had to remove it, it would, of course, be in the basement. You know,
Yes.
we'd have to get it up the stairs.
Haul it up the stairs.
We'd have to get it up the stairs like somebody's fucking insane fish tank that they've got in their basement. Some old glass relic that they
I
bought
built
from.
it down here.
Oh yeah. Oh, the I built it down here is a good one too. I built it down here. I brought it piece by piece and then I built it. And then you're like, it doesn't get out. Which, by the way, if we're talking about books, like we were earlier, the couch in the stairwell, that is
Yes, that is from Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective.
yeah, it's from Dirk Gently's, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Know that very well.
you know, if you've read some books, and you've experienced some other people's experiences throughout your life instead of being a selfish cunt like that one guy in the chat was, right? Like, I don't personally experience menstruation, but I'm surrounded by people that do, right? And so it would be like, you would be like a well-rounded human being that if you were to start to understand what was happening to the other human beings around you. Now, one thing that MAGA has, right? They walk around with like they wear a gold chain around their neck with their little cross on it, right? And they think that absolves them of all of their abject crimes throughout their life, which, by the way, you're actually committing one of those crimes when having zero empathy for the other humans around you. If you ever read the books that you supposedly follow, right?
Right.
You know, which, by the way, like, just from the standpoint of you shouldn't covet thy neighbor's wife, right? Like, you would understand that Donald Trump was an abject sinner, like, all the time, because he's constantly coveting thy neighbor's wife. Which, by the way, if you're a Christian person, you would understand it's not literally don't covet the women who live next door to you, you fucking dim-witted dumb fuck. It's all other women, right? You should be blind to the physical attractiveness of all other women once you are married. That's what your religion tells you to do. And yet, you wander the earth objectifying every fucking woman you've ever met in your entire life. Have I met hot women? Hell yeah. Have I met ugly women? Fuck yeah. Do I treat them any different? No. You know why? Because I'm not a piece of shit. I treat everybody equally negative at all times.
He's been a total douche every time I've met him. It's true.
Exactly. Just be a douche. It's fine.
Be a douche. You'll be fine.
There's a video of a higher up at Home Depot pointing out all of the new gold decor at the White House is from Home Depot and painted. I have not seen that video. I would guess that's a fake video. That would be sort of opposed to Home Depot's corporate stance, so I would guess that was fake. Home Depot. How would we look up that video? Home Depot.
Home Depot White House video? White House decor?
Let's see if we can't find it. I don't think we can find it. Derek will have to message it to us, and we can see. Then we can analyze it and see if it's real.
You see the new and improved Oval Office.
President Trump is
That
pretty
shit's
proud
fucking
of
spray
his
painted,
Oval
dude.
Office makeover.
This shit is so spray painted. Look at this crap.
So
That is
ugly.
so fucking spray painted. He's the gold. I have a gold guy. he has a gold guy that's making all this for him, you know? Which is funny, actually, if you, where's the part of the interview? Actually, John Oliver pointed out in one of the interviews with, what's her, yeah, Laura Ingraham, this fucking freak. And he's pointing out the sign, and he calls, what did he call the sign? He called the sign, like first he said it was brass, and then he said it was copper or something. What did he get? Where is it? Oh, maybe this is it. Hold on.
Home Depot website.
You can buy it from Home Depot for
Home Depot.
They've matched the Oval Office
this one.
accents
Hold on.
to plastic appliques sold on the Home Depot website.
you can buy it from Home Depot for $58. And then you go to the other aisle and get the gold spray paint.
They sure look the same. Here they are side by side.
look
Everything
exactly the
seems to
same.
match.
You can see it just
Oh, there they are. They're spray painting.
Interior designer Isfira Jensen showed us how it's done.
You can really achieve the same finish at home by just purchasing one of these decorative finishes at Home Depot, and easy as spray painting it and then adhering it to a mantle like we did here.
But high-end clients wouldn't use wood, right? They would just get the real thing.
They would use wood. That's typically how you do it. You would use these wood elements and you would adhere them, you know, just like you would any other trim, and then you would paint it with a high-end metal paint finish.
Oh, that's actually funny. You know, because the thing is that, like, yes, of course high-end customers wouldn't put fucking gold on their walls. Just hey, there's like $100,000 of gold just right there on the wall. Do you just want to remove that and take it with you? Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
So tacky.
Bare Bottom Bratton says nothing wrong with the occasional douche. True, you know. I've heard good things about the coffee douche. I've never done it. I feel like I would probably never sleep again if I got the coffee douche. I feel like I would be awake for weeks.
Mix it with a little nicotine just to get it all done in one thing.
Dude, you'd be so fucking wired. I'd be so wired up. I'd be fucking cold. I'd have the cold sweats. I guess you wouldn't have diarrhea because you just douched, right?
It's true.
Or no, what am I not actually I'm not talking about the douche. What am I talking about?
Enema. You're talking about an enema.
Enema. There we go. Yeah. Sorry. Big confusion there between the two liquid body.
The two liquids in the bottom of the body. In
the bottom portion of your body is about to get some liquid in it. I was actually thinking that the other day. What's that? Oh yeah, yeah. The Saudi prince didn't look very impressed. Oh, the bone saw? I'm sure the bone saw. He's more into other things, I would guess. If it was 24K, you would leave. Oh, it's hard. Hold on. I gotta translate. Mickham, English as a second language, says if it was 24 karat, you would leave an ass mark after you were done.
Nice soft gold.
Mark USA says 7 years nicotine free here. I'm not nicotine free, but I don't smoke anymore or vape or anything like that. I just chew the gum. A, I like chewing gum. B, I like nicotine. So who the fuck, you know,
Perfect
what is
combination.
it? Yeah. And it's not smoking. So Olivia won't learn to smoke. And actually, you know, the weird thing is, like, the whole reason I quit smoking was because of Olivia. That was the whole reason. But it'd been years and years. It'd been years and years since I ever even smoked inside. I would always go outside to smoke and shit like that. The thing is that I quit smoking because I didn't want my daughter to learn to smoke from adults, right? Because my dad smoked. You know, my dad was in the Navy. My dad was in the war. You know, so he smoked cigarettes, and he smoked cigarettes my whole youth. So whenever I hung out with my dad, he was smoking. You know, he was smoking cigars. He was smoking cigarettes. He was constantly smoking cigarettes. He smoked like a chimney. And so whenever I hung out with my dad, he was always smoking, right? So I didn't want to leave that impression on my daughter. My ultimate guess is that smoking would be so out of fashion, I guess, by the time that she's 18, 20, that it really wouldn't be a thing that we'd really have to worry about, because it just, it might just go under at some point. But the reality is that they've deeply invested in other things like vaping. So vaping is going to be around. But the vaping and smoking, right? Yeah, I smoked Camel Wides, by the way, Mark.
Wow.
But the smoking and vaping are so physically close in the dynamic of what a child's impression would be, right? Is that you're exhaling clouds of smoke, right?
Right.
So I didn't want to vape either, because that's like, it's almost the same thing, right? So I was vaping for a little while, and then I was like, dude, I really don't want to be doing this around my kid. So I switched to the gum. And then of course, like I talked to my doctor a few times about it, and he was like, if you're going to keep chewing the gum, just keep chewing the gum. Like, I don't, he's like, who cares? Here's the list of side effects. These are the things that you should watch out for, like high blood pressure, but I've never had a problem with high blood pressure. Hypertension. Is that the same thing as high blood pressure? I believe so, right?
Chrissy can answer that. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Hypertension or high blood pressure. Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Is a condition where the force of blood against the artery walls is consistently too high. Yeah, my blood pressure is like, every time I get it taken, there's only been one time in the last 10 years that they looked at it and went like, huh, okay, it's a little bit high right now, this moment. But all the other times, I'm strangely right on the dot. And they're like, that's odd that you're right on the dot. So I haven't had a problem with any of that. So, but if that does show up, then I would make a change. But having spoken to my doctor, they were like, you have bigger fish to fry here. And so just keep doing what you're doing. It's fine. And one of my doctors I talked to was like, look, I had a guy that chewed gum for like, I don't know, 10 years or something. And then one day he just stopped doing the gum. So he's like, he's like, my guess would be that you'll probably just quit chewing the gum at one point. Probably just become such a pain in the ass to like keep it around that you'll probably just chew regular gum for a while and then just be like, fuck it, whatever. Right. So I've just been sticking on that.
Okay.
I recommend to never do a coffee enema ever. All right, Chrissy, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I mean, it was intriguing just from the, like, if you guys don't know, I'm in recovery, man. I'm fucking sober for 11 years now. I'm in recovery. So the recovery brain of mine goes like, hey, that sounds like a wild time. maybe we should try the wild coffee enema. Let's try that out. But then I thought about it actively and was like, well, first off, I don't want to pay somebody to stick something up my ass. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't need to be paying somebody to do that.
Fair.
Let's just say I feel like there's people out there that would do it for free.
Also fair.
Like, honestly joking, I don't like things in my butt. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I've had some ladies of the night think that that's an enticing thing, and I'm like, nope, that's not. We're not. Nah.
None of the day ladies, only the night ladies. Okay.
Mostly the night ladies. Although nowadays, who knows? I haven't been on the dating scene in like 10 years, so I don't know. Maybe the ladies of the day now are doing it. Not sure.
More? I don't.
Not sure. We'll have to get a report from somebody else who's dating.
Who knows day ladies?
I'm somebody's dad now, dude. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for ladies of the night or ladies of the day. I ain't got time for any of that.
Barely have time to live stream. God damn it.
Yeah, I was fucking late today. I was late as shit to my live stream, and then I was just getting brutally harassed by a fucking mental I don't know, titan, I guess. A titan of mental acuity, right?
All right. Yes. A stinky sardine.
I'm a man of science and biology. On that note, lunch is over. Catch you laters. All right, Just Scogs. I got to figure out when Just Scogs' shift is over, and then I'll do a stream when Scogs' shift is over. When Scogs, so if his lunch is at 3:30 right now, my time.
It shifts a little bit because sometimes it's at the beginning of the stream.
Well, sometimes you got to stay late or whatever. But if it's 3:30 now, and let's say that I broadcast at 8:30, he probably would be done with work. But then he's probably, oh no, he probably wouldn't be getting ready for bed or anything, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll have to figure it out. When's a good Scogs stream time when I can just stream at Scogs for hours on end? But Vicky was here earlier because I got to take the dogs to get some shots because she has triple booked herself once again. So the dad responsibilities have fallen on me. And so I'm going to have to go do that in a couple minutes. I'm seeing what time it is right now. 3:35. So I've got a couple minutes to talk about a few things that I put in the title. What the hell did I put in the title? I forget today. What did I put in the title? The administration is once again flooding the entire media landscape with chaos, contradictions, and distraction, which, by the way, is that shit where they are currently right now attempting to bring up sedition charges against members of Congress who put out a commercial reminding our armed forces to not blindly follow illegal orders. And even like JD Vance is like, they're saying that you don't have to follow legal orders. It's like it's recorded. It's recorded right here. They don't say you don't have to follow legal orders, you fucking dim-witted MAGA freaks. Like, it's just beyond the pale. And by the way, the constant commentary that you're seeing about it has more to do with the trolls from outside the country, right?
Right.
As I illustrated earlier in the stream, talking about how Elon Musk turned on fucking location services onto Twitter, and people quickly started to realize, like, this account's in Austria, this account is in India, this account is in Zimbabwe, Nigeria. Why is this account in Vietnam acting like there's some guy from Iowa, right? Strange that is. And Americans are left asking one huge question: will the Epstein files finally deliver accountability for the people who've escaped justice for decades? This week we'll dig into the deliberate chaos strategy, how authoritarian governments use nonstop insanity to overwhelm the public. This is true. And it's just like with this, we're going to bring up sedition charges and talking about hanging traitors. The reason that they're doing that is they want to distract you from the Epstein files. They want to distract you from the illegal things they're doing, like blowing up ships. Like blowing up ships without congressional approval off the coast of Venezuela, claiming that they're stopping, that's drugs. They're stopping drugs. And none of those boats even have the ability to come to the United States. Like, they can't just drive straight to the United States. They don't have the capability to do that. Those would just be one of the many examples that these fucking maniacs are doing, and consistently being proven over and over and over again in court that they are just breaking the law. Fish Tropic Canada says, "What's up?" But he's got the 4747 on there, so I'm wondering he's probably a huge Trump fan, I would guess.
Or he has 4 planes that are 747.
4 747s. That's right.
That's right. I try to think the best of people.
I try to think the best of people too, and it could have just been random numbers. Who knows? The political pressure cooker, as scandals keep piling up, is the public finally reaching a breaking point. Every poll out there is showing how deeply and dramatically unpopular this administration is. I believe that Donald Trump's current approval rating on even just handling the economy is at 31%, which is lower than any other president has ever been in the history of the earth. So it's really a wonder: are we going to reach? Are we going to reach a breaking point where some fucking reality is going to step in, and we're going to start seeing more moderates put into position? I don't know. You know.
Yeah, it's
You know, the political reality in the United States has much less to do with my personal politics. If somebody really wanted, if somebody really wanted to debate me on specific political ideology or whatever, I would gladly do it. I'll 100% show up to your show. I'll show up and have a debate with you. I don't fucking care. Not a problem.
right.
If we're talking about like how I think my utopian political environment would look like, that's not possible in the United States because there's 350 million people here. I pragmatically understand that like my idea of utopia is different than other people's idea of utopia, and that we would all like to find some form of middle ground in order to govern under, right? I personally don't think that the death penalty is just. I do not think that the death penalty is just. I honestly do not believe that. First off, it costs more money than keeping somebody in jail for 50 years. Do not let the conservatives convince you otherwise. Just simply executing somebody is incredibly expensive. It is not fiscally responsible. Okay? So first off, you're not fiscally responsible executing prisoners. Secondly, I do not believe in an imaginary fucking bearded Santa Claus type God character flying around in the sky who is going to punish the person who you have executed. There is no imaginary eternity in hell or purgatory or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't believe in any of that nonsense. So if you want to talk about punishment, the best form of punishing a human is to exclude them from society, right? Now that doesn't mean that you get to put them on a beach out in the middle of nowhere. But they fully need to go and be away from society. Now, if there does come a time where very specific experts in the field feel like there is a form of rehabilitation for that person through a long enough period of time, there's a likely case that that person might be able to recover. I've seen it in my life with the absolute degenerate people who spent 20 years living on the street doing fucking heroin and shit, and they're able to turn their lives around. Okay? So I don't think that everything is a lost cause. But there is a line in the sand where you just do not let them back into society again. You can't just murder 13 people and we're like, well, I don't know, after 8 years, he seems like a swell guy. Let's just send him back out there. Okay? Like, there is a line in the sand. Okay? That doesn't mean that we need to torture them with red hot pokers and shit like that. That's not appropriate. Because now you're just as bad as the person that you're trying to commit justice against, right? Now you are the person that probably needs to be removed from society, right?
Right.
And so if we want to go down this like long and lengthy road about talking about the political action around capital punishment, right? We could do that. We could go down the list. We could talk about the pros and cons. We could talk about where we want to end up on on the side of things, right? Once again, I'm opposed fundamentally to executing prisoners because of the financial aspect of it, right? On average, the state pays $42,000 a year to keep somebody in maximum security prison. Is how much the taxpayer costs. On average, to execute a prisoner is $3.5 million. Is how much it costs. Okay? If we go 3, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Is that 3.5 million? Hold on. How many zeros is that? Hey, it's tiny over there.
Yeah, it's not done.
3.5 million. There we go. And then we divide that by 42, 1, 2, 3. We get 83 years. The $42,000 a year gives us 83 years of imprisonment, equal to the cost of executing a prisoner. So, unless this serial killer is 4 years old, you have enough of a runway to keep them in jail the rest of their life. I think the average lifespan for men in the United States is 78.
I think that's what we saw the last time we looked.
I believe that's right. 82 for women. Holy shit, it's dropped. Males are down to 75 and females down to 81. It has dropped. It has dropped. Thanks to people no longer getting vaccinated for measles and shit. All right, I got to go. Anyhow, I'll be back maybe tonight. Maybe I'll be back tonight to entertain Skoggs all by himself. Love you guys. Be good. I'll try to do a stream later this week because I don't have a ton of jobs, but Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so we're going to eat lots of food. Bye-bye.